So this is you, the small business owner who has a product that's been doing well. You're growing, and now it's time for the next step. You've harnessed the power of social media and are ready to extend your reach. You have a budget for advertising, an amount each month to spend specifically on marketing your product to a larger audience, and you are in a position to commit some funds. It's time to grow your audience nationally so your product can make a difference and your company can continue to expand. But you're not really sure of the next step. You know ads are a creative process, and you're not sure about how to go about getting them produced, or even how to start the process of making a commercial for radio or television. There are so many mediums and channels out there that it can be overwhelming to make a decision about how to potentially distribute your ads. Who knows how much these things will cost? And who in the world can you really trust to allocate your advertising funds in an efficient, effective, and appropriate manner? That's where we come in. As advertising consultants, we help small businesses gain national brand recognition by building and placing strategic ads. So this is how it works. We help you get your content produced, whether it's a billboard ad, television commercial, radio spot, or Pandora graphic. We work with our network of partners to create an advertising campaign that targets your specific audience. We create a campaign that is scalable, meaning we can start small and take baby steps with consistency, or we can supersize it to impact the masses. And our process is affordable because of our established network of partners, rates, and consistent schedule of successful campaigns. As consultants, our process works like this. We help you define your current position and then clarify where you want to be with your goal situation. We expose the details of your marketing, advertising, and media gap and identify the steps we can take to get you quickly to your desired outcome. With your desired outcome identified, we will specifically create your advertising campaign by determining specific objectives and then using those objectives to identify your target audience. Once we have the audience, we can clarify how your campaign can reach them. Commonly, when you consider advertising, people think about creating an ad for radio, television, satellite, and cable mediums. Maybe your target audience is a 35 to 55-year-old male who commutes to work and listens to ESPN radio, or perhaps your campaign is designed for a 45 to 65-year-old female homeowner who watches House Hunters on HGTV. These are the specific marketing demographics we consider while working to ensure you achieve national brand recognition. And there are other mediums just as dynamic and powerful to help us get your brand in front of a larger audience that makes it more accessible, more affordable, and it comes packaged with the ability to ensure visibility and retain focused data. Out-of-home advertising on items such as billboard and buses are immune to mute buttons, and your audience can't just swipe through them. Digital platforms such as Pandora and iHeartRadio have the potential to make your content accessible all over the globe and offer economical ways for the growing small business to take their first steps into a larger world. So how it works is we chat over the phone for your free initial consultation. From that point, we decide just how exactly we want to proceed, building a plan that meets the needs of your specific product, hitting your target audience, and fitting your budget. Depending on how involved the process you'd like to be, we work with you to create the content of your advertising campaign, whether that be a Pandora graphic, 30-second radio spot, or 1-minute broadcast television commercial. As your consultants, we make sure everything is taken care of, from the hiring of the actors to the technical specifications of the finished product. We work with our partners to place your ad in specific locations and times to hit your desired market and audience. We communicate with our media partners to interpret and analyze the data coming back from your ads and discuss everything with you along the way. As your consultants, we take the data coming back in from your campaign in the form of monthly reports and break it down to analyze how effectively your ads are targeting your audience. We do this directly with our media partners to ensure your campaign is bringing you a consistently growing return of investment. All of this is communicated with you on a consistent basis, and adjustments to your campaign take place as data and results drive the decision making. The benefits with working with our team is that there really is no pressure. We can talk on the phone, and if it doesn't seem like something you want, then there's no charge and nothing more needs to be done. And if we happen to move forward with your campaign, we won't pressure you to spend more money than you are comfortable with because we aren't a large firm with enormous overhead. We are consultants who work for you. What we do is affordable because we have partnerships that allow us to get you a national campaign for a fraction of the cost, because together we do a lot of business and that makes it cost effective for you. Your campaign is completely scalable, meaning we can start small and grow as your business grows. There's no pressure. And as consultants, we maximize your time because we do the work, we produce your content, we communicate with the media platforms, we gather and analyze the data, and we stay on top of the market for you. In the end, all of this saves you money and allows you to invest it when and where you need it. Now let's consider the costs. We know time is precious and we want to honor your time because we understand that as a small business owner, time is money, and we don't want to waste your time or money. The first step is the free initial consultation, where we discuss by phone who you are, what your product is, what your current situation is, and where you'd want to go. There is no cost and zero obligation for this session. From here, there are 3 different types of costs. The first cost to consider is consulting. After the first initial free phone conversation, we can proceed in whatever manner you feel comfortable with and what's best for you and your product. We can continue setting phone conversations to slowly and consistently move forward on building your plan, or we can jump right in and start creating content and getting it out on the national stage. This can be billed at an hourly rate, or set plan for services rendered can be established for each campaign. The second cost to consider is content. When it comes to producing your content, your graphic, your radio, your spot, your television commercial, these costs will be created and costs presented to you individually. For example, our consulting services to plan your campaign may be billed to you by the hour, which is one cost, and then we may decide to create a 30-second commercial for broadcast television, which would be another cost. The third cost to consider is the campaign. We can talk all day long and we can produce an awesome commercial for you, but if you don't have a budget for your campaign, there is really nowhere we can go. You need to have a consistent monthly budget for at least 3 months to get your product recognized on the national scale and not waste your money. So let's take a look at some examples. Our beginning example here is a first step. And keep in mind, these are all ballpark figures. There's a lot of detail that goes into everything, like how much time spent, what size the production. This is just to get you a bottom line, simplified example. So as far as consulting, before we get into your campaign, we have 2 sessions where we talk and we establish your campaign. And that's all it's going to take us. That's 2 sessions for $350. That's a total of $700. We establish that we're going to do a Pandora campaign for 3 months, and now your consulting is included in your campaign because we're going to be focused on the data and the analytics of how your campaign is doing, and we want to be on top of all of those things. So we're no longer doing individual consulting sessions. Now it's embedded into the price of the total campaign. As far as the content for Pandora, there really isn't too much. We're creating a graphic with still image and some text. That cost is going to be $500. So your entry-level campaign is going to be somewhere around $10,200. When we move up from there to an intermediate example, you've got your consulting. Let's say we want to take it up a notch and be a little more specific on analyzing your target audience and building a plan for your advertising campaign. Say, for example, we did 4 sessions. Those are $350 a piece for a total of $1,400. For your campaign, as the next step, we're going to put a commercial on HGTV for 3 months, and your consulting is now incorporated into that campaign. The content specifically is, we're doing a television commercial for 30 seconds, and we're not going to do anything crazy. We're not going to spend tons of money. We're going to get it done, solid national commercial production for $5,000 for a total of $76,400, and you're on national TV. And our advanced example, we're going to take it up a notch. Our consulting, let's say we do 6 sessions to prepare for your campaign. That's going to cost us $2,100. Your actual campaign, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to do Pandora for 3 months again, but we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to have more airings and more intensity. So we're looking at $1,500 in there because we've realized that for our market, we're doing really well. So we're going to up our frequency. HGTV we're going to do as well. We're going to continue for another 3 months, but with that also, we're going to up the frequency and be more specific with the hours that we're targeting. Perhaps we're going to target a specific show like House Hunters. We're looking at 115,000 for what we're going to do with that. We've got your graphic, the still image that was going to Pandora. That's really simple and straightforward. That's still going to be around 500. And your TV commercial, it's still 30 seconds, but let's say this time we really up the production value and spend more around $12,000 to bring you a unique perspective for something that we needed that we didn't have before. For a total advanced example of 100,000, 44,600. So the near future, you have a product that's been running a national campaign. Congratulations. It feels good, doesn't it? You've taken the next step and you're able to celebrate with friends and family that you and your product are running a national ad campaign. You're getting feedback from your network of people around you saying they've heard and seen your ads. More clients are coming to you because you created trust and recognition just by getting your product to a larger audience more consistently. You are seeing the financial returns and the benefit of the investment you made, and it's beginning to find momentum. You are excited because now you're in a position to begin thinking about scaling up for more. This is what you've been working toward. So what's the next step? Simple. Schedule a free initial consultation by phone, which you can do right here on our website.